What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, and I'm back at y'all with another one. So, everybody keeps sending me this and they're asking me my opinion, what's my thoughts on some recent comments made. We have a mega fight. I don't know if you under a rock, but we got a mega fight coming up this Saturday as the undefeated WBO welterweight world champion, Star Boxer, Brian Norman Jr., who is the best welterweight in the world, in my opinion, who has 28 wins, no loss, no draw, 22 wins by way of knockout. Brian Norman Jr. is going to take on undefeated two-division world champion, former undisputed lightweight, former WBC junior welterweight, and now welterweight title contender superstar boxer Devin the Dream Haney, who is 32 wins, no loss, no draw, 15 wins by way of knockout. There's been a lot of trash talking going back and forth. When you got a fight this big or this magnitude, many people, are going to come out the woodworks and many statements are going to be made and things of that nature, right? With that said, everybody keeps sending me an interview. Shout out to YSM that he did. He did this interview 6 or 7 months ago, right? With an opponent, the one that dropped Brian Norman Jr., because the thing is, everybody is trying to gauge how the fight is going to play out. That's the mystery. We don't know how the fight going to play out until it plays out, right? But everybody's trying to get a gauge on how it's going to play out, right? And so Brian Norman, back in March of 2024, he fought a guy by the name of Boica. The fight ended in the third round, no contest, and they were supposed to have a rematch, and Boica said that Brian Norman ducked the rematch. Okay? He dropped Brian Norman in that fight. And he's 5'10", 72-inch arm reach, similar stature and height arm reach as Devin Haney, right? But after that, he went on to lose to Quentin Randall, and then he went on to lose to Tiger Johnson, right? With that said, Boica says that Roman Villa is the biggest puncher, and he goes on to say Brian Norman is not a big puncher at all. Now, the fight only went 3 rounds, and he's saying that Brian Norman is a more of a technical volume puncher than he is an actual big puncher, right? But keep in mind, Brian Norman has grown since then. Okay? He's grown since then. He's gotten better, right? So he's gotten better. He's grown since then. And Brian Norman has gained more confidence and some big wins now. Okay? And more importantly, he got some brutal knockouts. He learned himself. He's still learning. I think that it goes I think a lot of people forget that Brian Norman is only 24 years of age. Okay, he's only 24 years of age. So there's still a lot that he's learning, and he's learning on the job. And yes, he got dropped by Boica, right? But he's learning on the job, as I said. And although people are pointing to the level of competition of the guys he fought, and I get it, when it comes to, you know, when it comes to, comparing the two, Devin Haney's resume to Brian Norman's resume. But at the end of the day, it comes down to Saturday, period. That's what it ultimately boils down to. Saturday. That's what it boils down to. What Boica is saying, you know, that's all well said and done, right? But at the end of the day, it still comes down to what they do on Saturday. What took place March of 2024 when he fought Boica and got dropped and then ended in no contest? All of that means nothing. What means everything for the people that keep asking me is Saturday. What he does on Saturday. How he responds on Saturday. What adjustments he makes on Saturday. And the same goes for Devin Haney, because people are quick to talk about Devin Haney not being able to defend the left hook, right? And again, what happened with him and Ryan Garcia could be a telltale sign, just like what happened with Boica and Brian Norman could be a telltale sign. Very well could be. But the thing that's important is Saturday. Period. Saturday is what matters. And what they do and how they adjust on Saturday. And what we seen after Brian Norman fought Boica, right? The fight didn't go long enough, in my opinion, for him to really gauge the power of Brian Norman Jr. And yes, we could say, we see this time and time again. When opponents step up in level of competition, their power seems not to be such same as effective as it is when they fight lower level opposition who are more eager, who are more willing to throw in the towel, right? Or make mistakes to allow you to capitalize on it. As you move up in competition, they don't make the same mistakes so that you can capitalize. That's the difference, right? And their resilience, right? Because they either wanting to be a world champion, are a world champion, or a former world champion, and trying to get back to that. So the resilience is just different. Period. But let's see how it unfolds and plays out, man. But that's all I got for y'all, man. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. So my thoughts on what Boica said, where he said that he's not a big puncher and so on and so forth, it means absolutely nothing to me. It means everything what they do on Saturday. But let me know what y'all think. It's your boy Blue signing off. I'm gone. Peace.